Hi guys, and welcome back to FPL Journey. Just going to review game week 12. So I decided not to take hits, which seemed to be a good decision. A lot of people went Maddison to Trossard. Trossard only got 3 points, so it wasn't worth the 4 point hit, especially considering Trossard has difficult fixture against City this weekend. So yeah, I got 6 points from Pope. Unfortunately, I had Ward in the bench who had nine. Six from Nico, nine from Trippier, one from Kilman. Salah blanked but clean sheet, so 6 points. Andreas with three. Zaha looked very dangerous in the second half in that game against Wolves. I watched that game, looked dangerous. Mitrovic managed to get a goal from a penalty. 6 points for him as well. And Tony blanked against Chelsea. But Tony's XG was supposedly really high in that game. And supposedly he probably should have had a goal or two. But I haven't actually seen it. I need to catch up on that one. So what's my plans incoming? And if you just look at the fixtures that are coming up, you can see that the City and Arsenal players have a lot of green fixtures coming up. So the plan is to target City and Arsenal players and to try and gradually bring them in. So what have I done? For this weekend coming, I have brought in Foden for Maddison. Yeah, Maddison's playing this week, but I just feel like Foden has greater upside. And with not having De Bruyne, because I went from De Bruyne to Salah, I thought keeping Salah was a good idea for at least Nottingham Forest and Leeds to see how he does. So I brought in Foden because I wanted another City player in the side. There's a lot of talk of whether to go for Foden or to go for Saka this week. They're both good options, but I think City is just such a strong side, and I want to have City right up until game week 18. Green fixtures the whole way. And just with City's form at the minute, I don't think you can look past them. Haaland is putting the goals in, and Foden, De Bruyne, Bernardo, all these guys are going to get assists, even if they aren't going to get goals. So yeah, that's me triples back up on City again. What are my thoughts going forward? So defensively, I would like to make changes, but I've already used my free transfer. I used it on Foden. So that's defensively. I was thinking I would like to get Gabriel in. I think I would choose Gabriel over Saliba because I feel like he is more attacking, even though Saliba has had more returns so far. I feel like Gabriel probably is the more attacking one of those two players, but because of their price point, I feel like White might actually be a good option. And I was thinking of going Patterson to White, which would leave me 0.6 in the bank. But other thoughts that I've had is I could go Kilman to White, but I feel like these fixtures are good. But I was also had the thought of I was watching the Leeds game the other night, and I actually quite like Bueno. I thought for 3.9 million he actually played pretty well against Crystal Palace. I know they didn't do much, but I thought he was good. He got an assist, and for 3.9 million, if he starts to play, that could be an excellent bench option and will actually help me to save a bit of money. Because I have Patterson there who's injured currently and isn't playing, and the Wolves fixtures aren't bad, so that's an option. I could go for Bueno and then I could go to White. But thoughts are whenever Mitrovic hits this Man City game, he has Man City, Man United, Crystal Palace. I think those are three tough games. So I was thinking, do I go and get Jesus or Bamford or Firmino or someone else? Maybe even Solanke, although his fixtures start becoming difficult because he has Everton, which is easy enough, but then Chelsea. So I was thinking, do I try and go Mitrovic to Jesus whenever the difficult fixtures come? And that is an option because after that they have Wolves and West Ham. Although on that particular week they have Chelsea. But I just don't fancy people's chances scoring against Man City. And the same problem with Tony. You look at the fixtures and that last fixture is against City, so the thoughts are, do I go for Jesus? Now, considerations on Jesus and Tony is the fact that they both have 4 yellows, I think, at the minute. Not 100% sure on that, but I did read that or hear that somewhere. I'd need to check that one out. So it is possible that a Maddison situation could happen. You could bring them in, get another yellow card, and then they're suspended for a week, which obviously isn't ideal, with attacking spots being very valuable, because I feel like there is a lot of points to be gained in those attacking spots. Other thoughts are, Liverpool do have good fixtures, but I mean, honestly, I'm just not sure it's worth the transfers right now. I feel like the side I have is gonna go pretty well. I probably would like to get an Arsenal defender for this easier run of fixtures, but we will see what happens. And in goalkeeper, I'm pretty happy. I feel like Ward and Pope probably have good fixtures, which mix. This week Ward is Wolves, and they have pretty low expected goals this season, so I'll play him against Wolves. And then the next week, when Ward has Man City, Pope has Villa. The following week, they both have decent fixtures, and then the following week, Pope is Chelsea and Ward is West Ham. So I might play Ward against West Ham, and then the following week it's Leicester and Newcastle. So I would probably back Pope in that one, because I feel like Newcastle's defence is stronger than Leicester's this year. So those are my thoughts. That's how I'm going. I had a slight red arrow, but considering I only had 9 playing players, I think I went from like 12,000 to 15,000. And considering there was so many people played their free hits, I have saved a free hit, which I hope to be able to use in a double game week later on. And I feel like I'll reap more rewards, because it was a pretty low scoring game week this game week. So I think that has probably helped me. So yeah, slight red arrow, but I'm quite happy all the same, because I feel like with only having the 9 playing players, I did pretty well. So that's me. Hope your league is going well, and if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to the channel, and don't be afraid to tell your friends, and don't be afraid to come and check out what I'm saying for each game week. Thanks for following along, and have a good evening. Cheerio. Bye.